Namaste. In the previous two videos, we had discussed the fundamentals or basics of meditation. And in the second video, we discussed, or we did a small practice where we used the breath and a mental count to meditate. Today, let's discuss the benefits of meditation. First and foremost, the biggest benefit is the relaxation that it gives you. The physical, mental, and holistic relaxation that the practice enables you. The metabolism reduces. Your metabolism reduces. So when you are sitting absolutely still, with your eyes closed and just breathing simply and naturally, the mind slows down. The mind, which takes about 40% or more of your blood, now requires much less oxygen in blood. So overall, the metabolism of the whole body has reduced. Your blood pressure also will lower. And so, especially for people with high blood pressure, meditation is definitely a fantastic practice. Your heart rate slows down. So when you are breathing deeply, consciously, with a reduced metabolism, with no inputs, with no sensory inputs coming in from the outer world, then slowly your heart rate also drops. And most of you might know, or in the yogic philosophy, your lifespan or life expectancy is not the number of years that you live. It is the number of heartbeats. So, if you wish to live longer, then meditate. But the interesting thing is that even though the blood pressure lowers, the blood flow increases. Very interestingly. Because when you are in that relaxed state, your arteries and your veins are less constricted. There is less tension in the body. So in a relaxed state, the blood vessels will dilate, allowing more blood flow to go through your vessels, which in turn are increasing the blood supply to all the different organs that need the blood. Now, in our modern lives, with our 24/7 active lives, work, home, family, mortgages, loans, fees to pay, our lives are in a continuous state of what the scientists call fight and flight mode. So our bodies have got this capacity to switch on this fight and flight mode, which has come from generations, which is useful, as the term says, when we are in danger. So most animals, including us, we have this escape mechanism where when the body senses danger, then it switches on this fight and flight mode to enable it to escape or stand and fight. And in that particular state, adrenaline is injected into our bloodstream. So our eyes dilate, the heart rate goes up, the muscles come into action, but unfortunately in that mode, other functions of the body are suppressed. So your digestive system is suppressed, your excretory and reproductive systems are suppressed. And because of the suppression of these systems, those systems will suffer in the long run. Your heart rate goes up, your blood flow increases, your blood pressure goes up. So when we are in this constant state of fight and flight, which seems to be the new normal, all these modern diseases that we see of late are partly due to that. Your high blood pressure, diabetes, ulcers, and so many more which are linked to this fight and flight mode. So when we are in that meditative state, when we are doing meditation, we are allowing that lactate buildup which happens because of all this to slowly dissolve away. There is an increased flow of blood, as we discussed previously, which means an increased supply of oxygen, which slowly dissolves the lactate away, which I believe scientists have linked to anxiety and tension, the buildup of lactate, or vice versa. Anxiety and tension builds up the lactate in us. The other benefits, as I would have talked before in my first video, is that your self-awareness increases. So in that meditative state where you're continuously observing your thoughts, and when that becomes a practice, and then when that goes into your daily life, you are more and more self-aware, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Scientists have all agreed that most of us human beings only use probably 1 or 2%, maybe 3-4% of our mind's capacity. They say 90 to 95% of the capacity is still untapped. Meditation taps into that. When you are getting into a deeper states of meditation, then you're awakening those new areas, you're awakening those deep areas in your mind. And so meditation can also be an excellent practice for our young people, for our kids, to focus, to concentrate, and to be in a better state of health. Of course, for people who are spiritual, which probably was the initial intention in developing meditation, it is a way of going beyond the mind, beyond the physical, to connect what we call our true selves, our Atman, our spirit, with the super spirit, or with the cosmic spirit. Union of our consciousness with the super consciousness, which is actually the definition of yoga. Yoga means union. So I thank you for your attention, and namaste.